Would you like to learn about 5 bottomed cryptocurrencies I am looking to buy now? I am not saying to buy. I've already explained why I don't think any noticeable trend has come out that is leading me to buy, but I do want to teach you why I am buying them, and this will impact you a lot. You're watching me right now because you want to make a 100x in cryptocurrency. Few people in the cryptocurrency market can make you huge amounts of money. Now, I have proven it time and time again. But what you need to understand as a cryptocurrency investor is that you are by and large gambling. You're not investing. Now, people will try and tell you that you are investing, and unless you're investing in Bitcoin, ETH, and or Solana, you are gambling. But how do you increase your chances of winning? I'm going to be sharing with you a formula that's likely to net you a 100x with examples as to what cryptocurrencies I am buying right now that are disastrously down, that have been destroyed in price. But something that you don't understand in cryptocurrency, and I do, having been in cryptocurrency for 8 years, is that price is an illusion. Price makes you think something is bad or good at a certain period of time, but in most occasions, you have to look beyond price to find the 100x's. What I'm going to be explaining to you is about the 3 factors in order to be able to net the biggest gain. Timing the market, skill to read the market and invest in the right things, and luck, which is something you cannot control. The things that you can control are timing and skill. But luck is something you cannot control. Luck is where you are essentially gambling. Sometimes in cryptocurrency, in fact a lot of the time in cryptocurrency, the way you're going to make a 100x is through luck. Now, I'm one of the few cryptocurrency YouTubers that manages to get a lot of luck. And there is a reason for that, and you are going to be seeing it as I analyze the ability to be able to juggle timing, skill, and luck. Because you can see here that in just these selection of coins, and there are more cryptocurrencies that I've spoken about that have also made 10x plus. But I'm talking about gains that will net you the massive money. Coins I've already found in the last year that went from 40 to 2,100x. So let me show you how you can best optimize timing, skill, and luck. And I'm going to be bringing you 5 cryptocurrencies that you are potentially getting in early, leading to a bull rally, multiple influencer coverage, and super trend news. If you love learning content like this, make sure you smash a like on this video and subscribe, because this is going to be a very impactful video for you. You may be aware of the 80-20 rule, that 20% of a certain effort leads to 80% of the results. Now, I'm going to use 80-20 in the context of a 100x. 20% of results equals 20x, and the other 80% equals the remaining 80x. And therefore, with both, you can achieve a 100x. Let me take you through each of these different types of investor, and this will help you understand where you sit and what you can do and affect your ability to make a 100x. So this is the average retail investor, somebody who actually would be in cryptocurrency right now. Not the dumb money, which is what this is. The dumb money come in right at the end, right during euphoria. These are normally the ones that are holding the bag at the end, but the average investor is somebody who is probably watching right now, may flitter in and out of cryptocurrency videos during bearish phases, but is ultimately quite present in cryptocurrency. The 80-20 rule that applies to the average investor is that 80% of the effort in cryptocurrency is about timing. All right. Now, this 80% is going to net you the 20x, right? So if you are around just at the right time, there's a narrative season. Let's say it's an AI season, right? And let's say you are buying at the beginning of that narrative season, you are likely to net a 20x. Let's say there's a bull rally that is going on at the same time. So you've got Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana rallying up, but money flow is concentrated into a particular narrative. And Bitcoin is very healthy at this point. The 80% of effort you make in timing the market leads to this 20% right here. Where is your 20% that nets you the extra 80x? It is luck, okay? This is what nets you the extra 80%. Now, when people say, including me, that the game is rigged against the retail investor, this is what I mean, all right? Because for the retail investor to really make a 100x, they not only have to time their investment, but they've also got to be very lucky with their investment, i.e. they get in early. Timing could be about getting into something when it's already done a 5-10x, right? But you are there for the remaining 5 to 20x. Let's say if it does a 100x, you missed out a little bit, but you're getting in at the right time. But the luck is what got you in early. I am one of those YouTubers that if you watched me, you increase your ability to achieve luck. I was the first person to talk about Cardano, Matic, Solana, about virtuals, Neural AI, Cookie 3, Tits. I'm the one that has spoke the first about all of these. Why? Because I am one of the very few YouTubers of size that has been in the market 8 years. In fact, there's no YouTuber that's been around 8 years like me that concentrates on finding the great opportunities early. A lot of the big YouTubers that have been around a while, they concentrate on coins that are already pumping, right? So when you are watching them, the likelihood is that you are catching this, which gets you a decent-ish multiplier. It gives you a 20x. But you are not getting this because they didn't get you in early, okay? And so you're missing out on this. This is why I find 100x's and they don't. This is why I find 100x's, and if you're following most crypto YouTube channels, you are going to make a 5 to 10x. For the average investor, timing is important, but luck is what gets you the ability to make a 100x. And the reason why you watch me, and the reason why my calls have done so well, is because I am the one that finds the likes of virtuals very early. I spoke about it at 3 cents, it went to $5. Now, let's talk about Overdose. Overdose, I know all about Overdose's strategy, when he's going to talk about a coin, etc. And what I can say is Overdose, like you, relies on 80% timing, making sure he makes the calls in a timely fashion. But the differentiator is that because Overdose has, let's say, 100k proper followers, over Telegram and on Twitter or X, right? Because of his profile and his connections, he is able to make luck appear on his side. So he is able to have control of his luck, whereas the average investor has no control over their luck. And the way you have control over your luck is with connections, all right? So I know who Overdose is connected with. I know how he gets his calls. I know when he makes his calls. Now, I'm not going to give any more details than that because that would be not doxing him, but that would be, basically roasting him, which I don't want to be doing. But I am giving you the facts as they are, right? What happens with Overdose is, let's say there's a cryptocurrency called Giga AI. Overdose would probably look at and think, okay, this sounds perfect because Giga is a meme coin and AI is a trend. So it's kind of an AI meme coin. So it's got two narratives that makes it relevant. Let's say in a situation like right now, where we've just had an AI agent and an AI narrative. So he gets these coins through connections. So connections that are marketers, KOL managers, they will say, Overdose, that we've got this project. It is called Giga AI. Overdose will think, okay, that sounds good. And they'll say Giga AI at this point is about 2 million market cap. But if you talk about it, we'll give you $30,000 worth of Giga AI. Now, what Overdose will then say is, I will take that money, but I will only shout it out on my channel if this goes up to $20 million. Because if it doesn't go up $20 million, it's too degen, I'm putting my followers at risk, right? So what he's doing is he's guaranteeing his money at a small market cap. So he is in a win-win situation because he doesn't lose. They're giving him the money. And on the other side of the equation, he doesn't have to talk about it unless it achieves a certain amount of market cap. So then what that project then has to do is they have to go to TikTokers, the marketers have to go to various small KOLs to try and drive that price up to 20 million. Once they do, then you will see on his Telegram channel, oh, you should get into Giga AI. And at this point, it's already done. So let's say that Giga AI goes from 20 million to, like, let's say 200 million. Does a 10x, right? The people who got in early make the money. But most people that get in, they are relying on timing. The average retail investor is getting in and they're making, let's say, a 10 to 20x because they're getting in timing. And that 80% leads to 20x. But Overdose makes a butt ton of money, and all the early investors, which are probably the team and maybe the marketers. His profile is secondary, right? So he's got a decent profile, decent sized profile. When he talks about something, it can help the ability for that project to do another 3, 4, 5x, depending on market cap, right? But his most important thing is connections. And then profile is second. And DYOR, I would say, is a very, very small scale part of his calls, right? He will just do a natural, okay, Giga and AI, that makes sense right now, right? That's all he'll say. But the rest of it will be done basically by his connections and his profile. So his 20% that leads to the 80x is in his skill. It's in his way of controlling luck. Because Overdose is connected to a load of people as well. So if Overdose talks about it, that then triggers a load of other influencers. So you get the multiple influencer coverage, but that has been controlled by his skill and therefore unlocks the 80x. So he has an element of luck, but that luck is something he controls. Now, if that coin doesn't go anywhere, he loses nothing. And also, there's no face, there's no voice, he's not doxed, you don't know who he is, so he has got 100% ability to get upside with very little downside. Now let's talk about the likes of Alex Becker, one of my favorites. He has got 1.6 million subscribers. The weighting is basically the same, right? What Alex relies on in order to make his 100x is an element of timing and skill and not luck, all right? So, virtually the same as Overdose, if he brings out a coin at the right time. So for instance, Alex Becker, during December, was talking about Destra, 0x0, Node AI, AOS, and all of those. He was talking about it whilst there was an AI narrative back in December. Okay, so in December, we had the narrative season. There was a bull rally of 3 to 5 months. Bitcoin was approaching its all-time high in December. Right? So all of those things means that if he talks about the right coin at the right time, that is going to make his ability to make a 100x easier, right? However, where he makes the huge money is he gets in early, and that is as a result of his profile is number one. And this is the reason why I like him, because Alex doesn't rely on his connections. Okay, yes, he's had Crypto God John that has suggested Destra and Hash AI, right? So as a result of that, he has gotten into those because of that, but he also had his own already. As a result of his profile, because he's got such a large following, plus people connect with him because he shows his face, he makes funny jokes, and as a result, his profile is what drives up the price, not the connections. He is greater than the sum of his connections because of his sheer profile, his sheer influence. And that is his 20% that leads to his 80x. And then what fuels it even more is the fact that if he times it well, it makes him the mega multiplier. It's not just a 5x, it's a 100x. Now, if Alex does not have timing on his side, so I saw him doing a gaming video a few months ago, right? And he was mentioning a load of gaming coins, Super, Immutable X, Avalanche. And he also mentioned Launchpad. I think he mentioned Paid Network. None of those coins went up. They went up very, very temporarily because he gets hundreds of thousands of views. But they didn't really go up in any sustained way because his timing was off. So in order for Alex to achieve his 100x, he needs both his profile of what he's chosen early, mixed with the timing of the narrative pushing these up with super osmosis. So any average AI coin will go up with osmosis because the money flow is concentrated into the AI trend at that particular time. But he achieves super osmosis because he's got his profile backing it. And so when it comes to the likes of Overdose, the likes of Alex Becker, this is a skill they control that you don't get much exposure to. You get exposure at this point here. But at this point, they've already gotten in early. They've created their own luck. All right? And literally, just because of their influence, they almost create the influencer coverage. Now, there are bits of luck that are outside of their control. For instance, super trend news. Okay, so something that actually makes the trend even hotter. That if they get in beforehand, then they really turbocharge their gains. So for instance, In 2021, the gaming and metaverse seasons were exacerbated by the fact that Facebook changed their name to Meta, creating a super metaverse season. In this bull run, we have seen ChatGPT and big entities like Meta, Google, Amazon, you name it, all the big companies that have AI agents within their chatbots, right? So these super trend news really supercharge their ability to make gains, right? And that is slightly outside of their control, but they are creating their own luck to a big extent. This is why the game feels rigged against the retail investor and the dumb investor, because the influencer investor has a massive advantage. And that's why they make the big 100x's, and then everybody during these bearish times feels like they're holding the bag because they bought in, really turbocharged these guys' bags, and then they're now holding worthless bags, whilst these guys potentially sold, right, during the strong narrative season. You may be thinking, okay, I'm quite hard done by here. No, you're not, because the person that's most hardest done by is this guy here, the dumb retail investor. Either 95% to 100% timing, all right? So they are literally getting in because the market is pumping, the media attention is hitting, the euphoria stage is being experienced, and these guys via osmosis, so the people they're talking to who are making big money in crypto, the dumb money get in having spoken to these people. So whilst these guys, the average investors, are making decent money at this point, the dumb retailer is getting in right at the end. It's all about timing. They don't know anything about doing your own research. They don't have any understanding of fundamentals and intuition, the ability to read a cryptocurrency that will do well. You can only do this the longer you are in the market. The more failures and gains you've had, you are able to read, right, this one has a chance of doing well, that one has a chance of doing well, or this one is likely to be shit, etc. This is why I say something can do well and something will be shit, because I've been in the market a long time, that I can almost make an immediate deduction. The thing they can understand the most are the normie cryptocurrencies, so I am talking about memes and gaming, right? They'll get those, and those will probably pump because of, and your bags and the influencers' bags will go up because of these guys. So don't ever discard these guys. These guys are very important. But ultimately, because there is no 80-20 rule, there is no 20% that achieves the 80x, they essentially never get this. This is out of their scope. They are purely there on timing with a bit of luck. So I'd say the other 5% is luck. So let's say they were early to asking their average investor friend, should I get into cryptocurrency? And that average investor friend says, yes, you should. They don't need to have any skill, but if they're getting in at the right time, with a bit of luck, they may be getting in early, so there may be a 5% here, and that 5% will probably lead to a 10 to 20x, right, if they are lucky. But mostly, it's around about 100% timing, and therefore, these guys are the bag holders during the end. These are the guys that are selling first, as it's going down, so they're making a humongous loss, or they are holding bags all through the bear market and they're like, I'm never going to come back to cryptocurrency, right? So the person that is worst in the totem pole is the dumb retailer. The second worst would be the average retail investor. Now, you're probably saying, okay, well, how do I increase my chances then? The only chance you've got of increasing your abilities is in this area here, is to develop the skill. And this is why I like you watching me, because I am not just purely 5 coins to 100x, but I'm an educator in this field too. Skill can only go so far unless you are getting in the trenches, losing, making big losses, getting failures, and being able to reverse engineer what made the failure and making sure that you avoid that in future. That's how you develop the skill. The skill comes with a lot of intuition. I have never done technical analysis, not since 2017. I've never had to do TA to achieve any of these results. Not in any of these cryptocurrencies did I do a modicum of TA, because I've got intuition, right? And that intuition is born out of a lot of failures, a lot of gains, being humbled, right? All of those things develop intuition. Failure is good. Some people that are actually average investors now have graduated from being a dumb investor. They came in, they heard about it, but instead of leaving, they decided to find out what's the science behind it. Now, where you can develop is by developing these areas here. All right? So, if you don't want to have a profile, don't have a profile, right? It's only for certain people. Like, I'm an entertainer as well as an educator. Alex Becker's very much an entertainer. A lot of YouTubers are very good entertainers. They're very good at speaking. They've got the gift of the gab, etc. So profile may not be something that you can achieve. Connections may be, though, right? But you have to be in the market for a while. You have to make friends. Those friends can lead you to opportunities with connections, right? And that's how you improve the game. You improve the game by being friendly with people who are obviously knowledgeable, but not like with strings attached, right? You're just friendly, you're part of the community, and then you just get access to connections. But really, a lot of the time you are gambling, and it is luck. And it's the same for me as well, right? A lot of the time it is luck. I showed in a previous video, I sold like 7 small bags of virtuals way before there was a narrative. I sold them when they were in the basement. But still, if there was never an AI agent narrative, virtuals would not have gone from 3 cents to $5. So there is an element of big luck, all right? And that's what I like to do. I like to find the opportunities early, but with rationale. One of the reasons why you watch me is because my skill transfers to luck. The reason why is because, as you see with these cryptocurrencies, like Alex Becker started talking about neural AI when it was around about $5, I think. Maybe a tiny bit less. But I was talking about neural way before $1. Everybody's kind of talking about virtuals right now. I was talking about it when it was 3 cents. Gamer Arena, that had 3 or 4 decent influencers, like Ionic, talking about it. But I found it when it had 309. I just have that intuition. Like, for instance, tits. I saw, way before Murad came along, and I saw the commercial and cult appeal of tits way before that video ever came out about the meme coin supercycle. I identified that it was a normie trend, potentially, a normie cult community. And that's why I was able to make such a humongous multiplier with tits. Because I have got a very good intuition about what's likely to come up. Now, yes, there are some that don't happen. For instance, Moonbeam. Now, Moonbeam was a cryptocurrency I spoke about, but it relies on a Polkadot narrative, and Polkadot hasn't been spoken about since 2021 in any meaningful way. So as a result of that, nothing's ever happened with Moonbeam. But Moonbeam can go from its price right now from 13 cents up to $4 if there is a super duper Polkadot narrative, because there is not many Polkadot cryptocurrencies, right? You can name them, with your hand. All right, you've probably got the likes of Moonbeam, Akala, a Star, and that's probably it, right? So as a result of that, if there was a Polkadot narrative, the money flow would be heavily concentrated into the small selection of Polkadot coins. And that's why it could do that. But really, you need timing. And sometimes you can get in early, but the narrative doesn't happen. Now, let me give you a little bit of an insight into my mind here. As usual, nothing I say is to be construed as financial advice. Crypto is largely unregulated and high risk, and people who invest should be prepared to lose all their money. And everything I say to you in this video is for informational and educational purposes only. We've had Alex Becker saying Coinbase and Binance are not going to be able to resist listing AI coins like Destra, 0x0. Now, I look at this and I see, right, Alex Becker has invested in 0x0, which is AI and privacy. Right? AI privacy transactions. Now, 0x0, to me, okay, this isn't a very high market cap, 100 million. This is still classed as a low cap, but to me, that's not investable. I don't really care to invest at this stage. The 20% that makes the 80% of gains has already happened, right? So instead of looking at 0x0, privacy mixed with AI, right? So AI safety tools that enables you to make transactions get yield with this platform. So I don't therefore go for 0x0, right? I go for something that is like 0x0, has exactly the same value proposition, tells the same story, but is basically completely unheard of or very, very tiny in market cap. Hence, I am interested in this one here, which is Mist. So Mist, as you can see, is 474k market cap. That's 200 whole X less than 0x0. And actually, if you look at it, it's the precise same thing. AI-powered platform ensures security and anonymity, allowing you to trade with complete confidence. So they've got an AI-based DEX, AI-based coin mixing, AI-based multi-sender. This is the same project as 0x0, right? The same project, but 200x less, right? So to me, therefore, I see this as, right, if I get in this early, then when Alex Becker talks about 0x0 in the AI trend, boom, this is going to go up huge. This could go up mega, right? Now, it may not even go up 200x, but it's better than starting at that 200x point. It's better than starting at 100 million already. I would rather start at a bottom point. And look at this, right? So Mist was $8.8 million market cap. So getting in at that point, I would have been, okay, if it goes up to where 0x0 is, I would be making a 10x. That's junk to me, so I was never interested in Mist at this price. But Mist has basically come down right to the bottom, right where it was in December, right before it made this huge pump, where it did a 20x. So I believe, therefore, that the ability to make huge money and getting early and increase my chances of luck is high getting in with this. Another one. So Alex Becker has spoken a lot about Node AI, right? Now, Node AI is one of these decentralized GPU that allows for projects to rent, essentially, GPU. And it enables for retail investors to make a passive income with nodes, right? He's spoken about Node AI many, many times. At this point, you can see it's $120 million market cap. So to me, I'm not interested in Node AI. I've got a bit, but I'm not massively investing in this. Because to me, the gains aren't there to be made. Now, right now, Blender, which is the exact same thing. Blender's the exact same thing. It's decentralized GPU. Elevate your AI rendering and simulations with Blender. Decentralized GPU. And just like Node AI, there's an ability to get passive income. Now, Blender, at this point, is $6.9 million market cap. Whereas Node in that example, as you can see, was 120 million. So you can see that there's already a gigantic ability, to make a 20 to 50x with Blender, right? Versus where Node AI is. So I would rather buy this, which was, once upon a time, $4.38 and is now 16 cents. That means that Blender has come down 30x from its all-time high. At $6.7 million market cap for a project that, look at this website, you can tell that this is a very, very good, substitute for Node AI, and is something you're getting in literally at a price. Look, even at one of its lowest prices is where it is right now, at one of its lowest prices. So you've got the ability to do this. Now, sometimes the first pump is never as good as the first pump again. Or you could actually see the AI GPU really comes back, right? So to me, I'd rather take a position in this than taking a position in something that he is speaking about, okay? Because, okay, you'll achieve timing with this as an average retail investor, but you won't achieve luck, right? You won't be getting in early because everybody's already gotten in early at 120 million market cap. Next up, Leah. I love Leah. Leah's one of my favorite ever AI cryptocurrencies. Why? Because this is an AI agent that talks to you, has personality, is essentially like talking to a human, right? And that's why I think that this is like a marvelous project in terms of, where is this cryptocurrency going potentially? Where's the future going? What can Leah be? She can be an AI robot. She could be in the home. She could be, controlling your devices. There's limitless scope for Leah. But fundamentally, she's someone that's visual, that you can see, but she's AI, but she seems like a sentient being. Leah, yeah, admittedly, this is a big buy to me, even at this price. But something that I think is also a huge opportunity is Aria. Now, Aria at this point is 8x less than Leah, right? So whatever Leah goes to do, if she does a 10x, then you could be seeing basically 8 times 10 is an 80x. If it was to just follow the same trajectory, it could be an 80x. So whilst I think Leah, she could actually achieve more than a 10x. This could go to 600 million. I wouldn't actually be surprised. But Aria's even smaller. Now, why I like Aria is because Aria is looking to be something even grander than Leah and even grander than Colin. So what Aria is looking to do is basically be the first ever AI influencer that does gaming videos whilst interacting with her audience on Twitch about cryptocurrency and gaming and Web3, right? So she is going to be essentially like a real being. And you can already see that in the facial quality that is already looking quite likely, okay? So what you're likely to be seeing is you're likely to be seeing something like Aria, being on a Twitch stream live, maybe daily, maybe weekly, I don't know, and moving around, interacting as if she was human, remembering names, remembering personalities, locking that in to make you feel like she appreciates you as a fan. A bit like any live streamer, like any live gaming influencer, but the AI version. So at this market cap, I just think to myself, this is an early opportunity. Okay, if it goes nowhere, it goes nowhere, right? With these, you don't necessarily put in 10K. You put in like $100 to 1K, depending on your risk profile, your risk tolerance, and how much money you've got. If all you've got is $1,000, I wouldn't necessarily put $1,000 into this. But what I would say is don't put huge amounts of money. Don't bet the house. But if this was to achieve a 10 times 8 in X, it's 80X, right? On the best case scenario. Same with virtuals, okay? I was the first person on YouTube to talk about virtuals. I spoke about it at 3 cents, went up to $5. There's another cryptocurrency which is extremely high risk at this stage, and that's MoMates. Now, MoMates was the next virtuals, but there were a series of mess-ups on their part when they launched the cryptocurrency. So they've got a huge following. But what happened is that they've had a few issues with their website and payment processes and all this kind of thing to allow for their MoMates platform to really get off the ground. But from what I saw at the very, very beginning, and you can't really see it now because, there are some issues with the website, but this looked like virtuals. Like this looked like a place where you could really create easy AI agents with great personalities, modular. Think of crypto as Tinder for women, right? There's tons of choice. They can swipe left or they can ghost any man because they've said something wrong or anything like that. Any red flag, they're gone. Same with crypto. With a retail investor, there's so much choice out there that if something a retail investor actually put their faith into by investing, and then that crypto does something wrong and it's a red flag, then the retail investor goes, right? So therefore, MoMates is basically on its knees right now. And given that it's Valentine's Day, that's actually not a bad position to be in. So I've taken a bit of a position in MoMates. Not a huge position, because this could end up never recovering. But I've taken a position because, to me, 1.5 million market cap gives this all the upside potential, whereas you've got something like Virtuals is already nearly 1 million, right? So I am taking a big risk, and like I said with cryptocurrency, let's not mix words. With cryptocurrency, as much as every YouTuber will say to you, oh, you're investing, it's gambling. A lot of it is gambling. And therefore, you're relying on luck in gambling. It's like playing the lottery, doing sports betting. It's all about luck on a lot of occasions. And just accept that. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Sometimes you win big, sometimes you lose big. But sometimes you've just got to take a risk. And that's what I've done with MoMates. Last example I'm going to give you is with what I do as a retail investor, in my retail investor's head. And this gives you an example of what you can do as well. And that is to have a real radar. You don't need to be always buying. All right? Retail investor's mantra is not ABB, always be buying. A retail investor has always got to be thinking intellectually about what's likely to happen. All right? Now, I watched this video from Crypto Gains. It's not had a huge amount of views, but I'm going to tell you this. This is the kind of thing you need to know. All right? So what happened in this video is Crypto Gains is talking to ChatGPT. And he is asking, what is the next hot narrative likely to be? So let's have a listen.
Meta, Microsoft, and Google are heavily focusing on artificial intelligence. They're investing in AI technologies like machine learning, natural language processing, and computer vision to enhance their products and services across various sectors.
What kind of sectors?
They're focusing on sectors like healthcare, finance, autonomous systems, and customer service.
Right, so healthcare, customer service, finance. All right, now a lot of AI is already in finance. That's why we're seeing deep AI. But healthcare, completely untapped in cryptocurrency. Now listen to this.
So you mentioned healthcare, you mentioned things being autonomous. Does AI agents sit in between all this?
Yes, AI agents play a crucial role in these areas. In healthcare, they assist with diagnostics and personalized treatment plans.
Right, so there we are. So, healthcare. This is an AI agent area that's completely untouched at this point. So, one of my investments recently has been in this, Omega X, a medical healthcare AI platform started out by a doctor who has got 7,000 followers on LinkedIn, right? So with that kind of credibility, I think, right, okay, this isn't just somebody jumping on the trend. This is somebody that actually is a market expert. This is a person that understands this area, is an actual diagnostician. It's like House, basically. House MD, right? If you've ever watched that, right? So, and that is the guy who's brought out Omega Health. Now, it's an AI doctor that never sleeps. This is an untapped area completely, all right? So it gives you wellness, fitness tips, and also gives you diagnoses, right? So, and your AI doctor knows you better than any human ever could. It listens, learns, and acts before problems exist. Personalized medicine, engineered for longevity. Now, again, if this was bought out by just an entrepreneur, I probably wouldn't give this, it may not do that well. But this is actually brought out by somebody who is an expert in this area, all right? I can't remember his name. I think it's Dr. Marion or Marino, but whatever the case, right? It's an actual doctor behind the design of this, and to me, I think the potential for this is gigantic, huge, high quality website, and this is 745k. We're talking about small beans here. And once upon a time, this was an $8 million cryptocurrency. And this is only days old. Look, this came out on the 4th of Feb. Timing, skill, and luck are definitely the three biggest factors when it comes to investing. How you affect your luck is what can get you that extra 80% of the results, and therefore your 100x. I hope I've proved my point in this video. Let me know what you think of the three factors of cryptocurrency in relation to the 80-20 rule. And let me know what are cryptocurrencies you are investing in that you believe you're getting in early to increase your chances of greater luck. Till next time, I've been the Suppoman. You've been amazing. It is lights out, all out.